God is helping us. Fellow friends are so awesome. In just 1 week, 2 of my 3 wishes came true, and the last one I believe will come true soon. So I will shave my beard soon. And the other thing is that, at the beginning, I was talking about the requirements for all the financial institutions in the United States, the pension fund legislation that got the first response from the state of Florida, and to stop the pension fund from investing in all the Chinese state-owned enterprises and the private enterprises. There's a reviews of every investment that's been made in the past, and now there's an official response from members of both parties in Congress. 45 members of both houses of Congress. Now it's administrative legislation, background checks for all state-owned companies from the Communist Party that are listed in the United States, and then oversight of the legislations. On the site, they made another statement is that welcome all Chinese private enterprises to the United States to list and support the good Chinese enterprises to come to the United States to list, but firmly on the Communist Party controlled by the enterprises due diligence, background checks. This is a great victory for us. And then behind the CPDC, a number of agencies are now working with us, including the day before yesterday. We had a series of specific cooperation, one of which is the financial investigation of the kleptocrats that are abroad, which is already in a series of procedures. So what comes next is the Sino-U.S. trade talks. And what has arguably been the most important issues raised by the U.S. administration in the past few months. China must open the internet. China must stop what are they doing in the Xinjiang and Tibet, and stop the suppressions of the religion. The freedom of the religion must under the framework of the rule of law, and is in line with the international practice and international laws and regulation, and protect the human rights in China, to protect the Chinese private enterprises' property. I think Mr. Bannon calls on the daily basis, never stopped, just like small butterflies is flying all over the world, as in carrying the rule of law, justice in call. So the Rule of Law Foundation is highly valued in Europe, in Asia. And I cannot say right now, Mr. Bannon knows that. We all know that. Governments are now working with the Rule of Law Foundation. In the future, Chinese peoples will come overseas and have a communication between Western governments on how to file complaints about the grievances and to ensure their properties are secured. The best and only representative would be the Rule of Law Foundation, as it was yesterday when the most influential man in America who had overthrown the Soviet Union. Yesterday, our interpreters were there. She's our witness. Now, she's incredibly important and crucial. I told him that you must remember the Rule of Law Foundation. It's not about me, Guo Wengui. Carl Bates is a very influential American. People say he's a modern version of the Soros, but he's more powerful than Soros. Mr. Bannon is the killer of the world's communists, as everybody says today. Both of the chairmen are American, and both of them are director of the board. And the person behind the company is your American company. I, Guo Wengui, just a donor. And now every $3, $2 are from me. I account for 70% of the total amount of the Rule of Law Foundation, and I will continue to donate a lot of money in the future. I spoke to Mr. Bannon yesterday, and I spoke to this friend. A few days later, we had some of the biggest donation. We're talking about basically complete 2 billion Hong Kong dollars, a family donation. One with $100 million and one with $300 million. And an American banker, $300 million from Colorado. Once these donations were made public, I told all my American friends that they were all in support of the Rule of Law Foundation. In the future, the fund will be able to defend the Chinese people in the Western world and recover their lost property. It can help the oppressed peoples of China's Tibetans and Xinjiang minorities to get appeals, legal support, and state support. Mr. Bannon is also seeking the cooperation with various European countries, political asylums, visas, and other aspects to support and cooperate with the Rule of Law Foundation. So, fellow friends, now from the nature of the Sino-US trade negotiation, we see that what has changed from the beginning, the United States have to solve the trade deficit and the surplus between China and the United States, and had to solve the intellectual properties problem. Now, the U.S. is asking for China to open the internet completely. Religion has to be protected. Human rights have to be protected. And private property has to be protected. And China has to have a real structural reform. Put it simply, you can't have a one-party Communist Party. Can't engage in fake NPC deputies, fake human rights. All the Chinese are threatening and in danger. The U.S. absolutely has no tolerance for this. So to summarize what I have said, people saw Mr. Bannon giving speeches all over the world, but none of you saw what he was doing behind all of these every day. Support Rule of Law Foundation is a way of helping yourself in the future. 支持法治基金就是支持中国人民的未来。Thanks for watching. Please subscribe The Voice of Kwok Media.